The situation is grim in state's East Siang district, where incessant rains have swelled the Siang River. And such has been the impact of the floods that parts of the Trans-Arunachal Highway has been washed away. The district administration has termed the situation as very grim and has urged the public to remain on high alert. Meanwhile, NDRF teams are also being called in the wake of the situation.
Supak police sile korong bris barricade ilikau pangin pasigade upage bon poe upake nokke pangin road bon product police barricade ilikau padang asi boje konok sile korong sile bris raktu bangile mondir abake hi dawaria baba mondir anin ke sile bris Asyik betul lah. Bakpom dong, rumku belok kepom dong, delok lega polis barricade itu upage tangan Pasigat road है, बंद पहुंचाए।
अनुरोध किया जाता है कि आप लोग कृपया आज के लिए यहाँ से शिफ्ट हो जाइए। अगर किसी कारण आप यहाँ से जा नहीं पाते हैं तो हमेशा आप अलर्ट में बैठिए। हमेशा आपका नदी क्योंकि कभी भी बड़ा जल स्तर कभी भी बड़ा होकर आपके घर पर भी आ सकता है।
Alright, so we just heard the announcements by the authorities telling the locals to move to the safer places as the situation in East Siang district of Arunachal Pradesh, where incessant rains has swelled the Siang River, is grim, and such has been the impact of the floods that parts of Trans-Arunachal Highway has been washed away. The district administration has termed the situation as very grim and has urged the public to remain on high alert. Meanwhile, NDRF teams are also being called in the wake of the situation.
Idola may kayo man kang katola wedang ka kumawong alelok te kola mamong di public update 28 June 2022 morning 8 AM dolong aku pa ina breeze and cross to I breeze tayo loge idola ako sibutan ni na katola pura pedang ako Pagay na mag-BLT road holo na kapomang ko. Kapomalong ka pedangan. Pedo lahi. Pairong kamaro. Adung ko ko dete pura asik ko koi ko. Dahil na yung pagkito la holo ko alelo ko lain. Mayra. Mama.
All right, so after Assam, this is what the situation we are talking about in the state of Arunachal Pradesh, as the situation is grim in state's East Siang district, where incessant rains has swelled the Siang River, and such has been the impact of the floods that parts of a Trans-Arunachal Highway has been washed away. And this is also going to put an impact on the Assam flood situation as well, because the water level which is flowing in the parts of Trans-Arunachal Road, which has also been washed away. Heavy downpour leads to flooding in Siang district. The district administration has termed the situation as a very grim and has urged the public to remain on high alert. And after seeing all the situation, meanwhile, NDRF teams are also being called in the wake of the situation. All right, so as Assam is already coping with aftermaths of floods, and this situation in Arunachal, as you can see on your screens, which is a grim in state's East Siang district, where you can see the authorities are asking the local peoples to be alert at this point in time, as the situation is grim in state's East Siang district, where incessant rains have swelled the Siang River. Such has been the impact of the floods that parts of Trans-Arunachal Highway has been washed away. And meanwhile, a Northeast Live editor-in-chief Wasbir Hussain spoke with East Siang Deputy Commissioner Tai Tagu for an update. Let's listen in.
It is now clear that the Himalayan rivers in the East Siang district, they are swelling. So you have sounded an alert. How is the situation?
Situation is it's alarming, and I think if its level become higher, then it will be really dangerous for us also. The road communication is in block, and the rivers are rushing. So really, it's dangerous, and we are on the move. We just look around.
Okay,
And
now
I have issued an advisory to the people not to venture into the river or into this, and they should not also move to the areas unless they are emergency, because it can cause a life.
Now, what is the estimated number of people who may be affected?
No, as on now, there is no exactly not a large number. Not many people have been affected, but it's likely because there is the rains. It's like a cats and dogs. So I had a feeling that continues tomorrow, then it can cause a. In Pasigat, the plain area, there can be a number of people. I can give as on this.
Now,
Still, they are safe, but if then it is not safe. That's why I have given an advisory beforehand.
have you alerted the army and the NDRF?
No, NDRF, of course, we and with us, we have alerted. The army is on the day. I have not alerted till now because it will create a panic to the people again. Because if I alerted now, I am just in the situation,
Now,
and it need be. Yeah.
now, Mr. Tagu, how many rivers are in an alarming, flowing alarmingly above the danger level? How many rivers?
No, here actually the streams which are dry in the winter, there are so many rivers now. In winter, you don't find a river because these river beds are drying. But now, all rivers are spot on the. That is the problem because all small streams, which even do not reach to your knee, are now running
Right.
very high.
All right, Mr. Tagu. Thank you so much for speaking to Notice Live.
Thank you.